I'm here on the beach at Canoe Beach, and I'm surf casting for fish. It's about 6 in the morning, 6:40, and we're trying to catch some fish. I already had one hookup, got off, so now we're getting after it again. Show you the views. Really nice day out today. Ooh, there's a big one. That's what you want to see right there. Don't take my flip-flops. Don't take them. Woo! That was close.
Man, good morning.
Aloha, how are you guys?
Yeah, good.
Good.
Hey, I was gonna say there's a big old dead eel down there. I need bait, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I hooked up earlier. I'm just using shrimp.
Yeah.
And it seemed like it was a decent fish. It ran for a while and tangled everything up, but it came off.
Okay.
But yeah, I've caught plenty of eel out here using shrimp, but I've never used eels.
Yeah.
So maybe that'd be worthwhile.
Probably like, something feet long.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It looks like freshly dead.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't look good. There's a bunch of crab holes that just popped up around it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. I may walk down there and just look at it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
See you, man.
Catch the big one. Thank you. It's Saturday. Everybody's out and about. That's how it goes sometimes. I am loving it out here. Like I said, we only have a couple days left. So soaking it all in, trying to do as much surf casting as I possibly can. Trying to enjoy it. So it's been pretty fun so far. My son's he's really wanting to fish. I struggled. I thought about bringing him this morning and just decided to leave him at the room just because it's a lot of work with a 3-year-old, but he really wants to fish with Dad, which is fun to see. So maybe he'll come down a little bit later and come fish with me. But already got one strike, missed it. So sitting out here waiting for that next one. Usually I sit for a couple hours, and I think, you know, from my perspective, you're good for about a couple fish, couple strikes. So I think I still got at least one on the radar here. I did catch a lot of fish whipping this time, where a lot of times I usually just catch fish dunking, which is essentially bait in the water that you sit and wait. You know, you dunk the bait in the water. Whipping is the traditional casting and retrieving. But what you retrieve here, it's actually interesting. I'll show you. They're these little strips is what they call them. But they're very, very tiny, thin rectangles. And they catch a lot of fish. So here's one right here. This is called a strip. So it's basically just a rectangle. And then you just hook it on a way larger than life hook. And you reel it in. And it just looks like a little bait fish retreating. It's got a lot of action. And they end up crushing this. I caught a stick fish on this, or a needle fish. And I caught what they call here in Hawaii, I think it's a moanakali, which is like a goat fish. It's red, and it's got these like little things underneath its neck that kind of touch the so strips the sand and help them find crabs and stuff. Then I just got my sand spike here, got my pole in, got my bell, waiting for another bite. I usually set an alarm on my watch, and every like 10 minutes or so I'll swap out the shrimp just so that I have fresh bait the entire time. And that's worked really well, especially because here you have reef fish too that'll come in and they'll just like gnaw the shrimp off. And then you've got, you know, the bigger fish that come in and they just take it whole and they go. So that's what you're really fishing for, is those bigger fish. And then the reef fish, if they come in and gnaw off your bait, you could be dunking it for 30 minutes and have no idea that you have no bait on out there. So it's always good in salt water to keep checking the bait. So I've been trying to be good about it. Coming from Colorado, you throw power bait on or something and you get it on there really good, it's not coming off until something bites it. But here it's a little bit different. Like, you can't always tell if the reef fish have come up and gnawed it off, especially like triggerfish. They have super, super strong teeth. So it's an interesting world out here. It's a lot different fishing for saltwater than it is fishing for fresh. But here's beautiful Hawaii. Hey Sean, how's it going? It is very nice out here. Absolutely. Trying to soak in, like I was saying earlier, we got 2 days left, today and tomorrow. So trying to really get it all in here. Really enjoy it. This is Lanai right here. So that island out there is part of the island chain. And then you got Molokai over here. And then if you remember the Lahaina fires, this piece right here, that's like the tip of Lahaina. And all of that is kind of the most northwest part that burned. And I'll zoom in here, you can see the boats. They're mooring their boats out here because they don't have a harbor anymore. Oops. There we go. So that's literally the spot of Lahaina fires. My in-laws have a timeshare that we stay at, kind of on this side of Kaanapali Beach. So we we end up coming this side all the time just because the timeshare's here. But yeah, it's pretty sad to see that whole town go away. We used to eat in there all the time. Cheeseburger in Paradise was like this really great burger spot right on the water. We took surf lessons at a place called Goofy Foot that burned down. We had dinner at a luau there called Feast at Lele, that's gone. You know, where you traditionally shop and the banyan tree and all that stuff, torched. So stinks for sure. But we did this time. We went to, it's called the Old Lahaina Luau. And it was great. I'd 100% recommend it. But a lot of the proceeds from your tickets for that night for the luau, they went to helping those victims of the Lahaina fire and helping them rebuild. And they're doing a good job. I mean, you can see a bunch of tractors in here that are like moving a lot of the ash and debris out of the way. But either way, it's been pretty cool to see their whole community come together and try to push through. But I'll explain again for all newcomers kind of what's happening here. We're in Maui, Hawaii. Beautiful beach here, and we've got a sand spike in with a 10-foot travel rod. This is not a TFO rod, actually. This is an Akuma. TFO doesn't really have a surf travel rod. So I bought this Akuma, and it's worked out really great. It's a 4-piece. I fit it on the plane. It fit in my suit. I bought a $6 Ozark Trail reel from Walmart, and it's worked perfectly. I haven't had any problems whatsoever. We're surf casting for fish here in the morning. It's about 6:52, and just trying to make a fun day of it. See what else we can catch. On the live stream that I started before this one, that live went down. But on the live stream I started before this one, I actually ended up getting a hit while I was sitting here, and I set the hook and I tried to reel him in, but it came off. So we're on go number 2 here. I may switch my bait out here pretty quickly. We got about 12 minutes on this live, which means my bait's been out there for close to 15. So I'll probably swap it here in a minute. Just make sure that no reef fish have taken it off. Set you guys down for a quick second. There we go, like I said, it's empty. This probably got picked off by a reef fish, or maybe it came off after casting. Try not to let baits sit too long out here just because that'll happen. Got a bit of a tangle here I gotta deal with. There we go. One more loop and we're home free here. All All right, time to get some fresh bait. So generally, hoping you can see this, you're buying a shrimp with all of its stuff on, and then you just basically take that head off, and you're just using the tail piece. I haven't found a real great way to hook the shrimp just yet. A lot of times it comes off, so I generally go right down the middle, and then I try to get it through the shell at least once or twice. Give myself a fighting chance for it holding on. It's usually pretty good. All right, off to casting here. See if I can set you up so you can see it. High shorts are not a fashion statement. I'm just trying not to get soaked. Did my best, I still got wet. So I hooked that thing out there. It's just past the surf there. And then you kind of free spool it all the way in, and then you set your bail. And then it's all about just getting it tight to where it bends. So I'm just reeling it in right now. And then it's gonna start to bend the rod a little bit. Once it tightens up, that'll help kind of plant it in the surf right there. And then you just leave it for a second so that it really kind of digs down into the sand. And then you tighten it up the rest of the way, and it's not a ton of bend, but you want a good little pull on it. That way, yeah, do you see how it freed up from the sand there? Kind of came back. There we go. That's about all you need. And you just put this bell back in it, and that'll ring and go off. You got a little bell holder up here. Just trying to do this earlier, it's a little difficult. But yeah, you just slide that into the bell holder. That's it, man. Anything touches this, it's gonna go off. And then you're just hanging. Yo, Andrew. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good to see you on here. Hope you're doing well. Family and I are enjoying last couple days here in Kaanapali Beach, Maui. And I'm out surf casting. Hope you and Sam are doing well. Yeah, it's been really nice out here weather-wise. I have not much to complain about. I'll tell you kind of a fun story fishing-wise that happened out here. So a couple nights ago, I went to this like point area, and it's called Black Rock. And it's like this little pier that comes out. So I'm out on the point and I'm fishing, and I am casting this thing called a flash bomb. A flash bomb. I got one in here. I have a hammer bomb. It's not totally a flash bomb. So this right here is a flash bomb. And essentially it goes in between your main line and then your bait. And when you're reeling it in, this thing lights up. And so at night you can see it really well, but the akuli, which is like a bait fish here with the same thing a walleye has, those like night vision eyes, they swim out in kind of these rockier, deeper flats. So I cast out, this thing hits the bottom, and I get a giant strike from an akuli. So I set the hook, and the knot breaks. But the knot breaks on the side of my main line and not on the side of the hook. So the Akuli has the line in its mouth attached to this hammer bomb, and it is swimming around the bay in front of us, and we are watching the hammer bomb flash at night with this Akuli around the bay. Well, Akuli are schooling fish, so we knew the entire time where the school was. So I just waited for the flash bomb to get close, and then I cast out my other one, and then I'd reel in, and I could catch a Akuli almost on command in that little school of Akuli with the flash bomb in its mouth. It was the craziest thing I think that's ever happened to me fishing. It was so nuts. Yeah. Anyway, it's just hilarious how we were able to catch those fish. Either way, checking the comments here. Nice, Andrew. I'm glad you're able to get up and moving, man. I know that surgery did not seem like it was going to be an easy recovery. So glad to hear that you're doing well and back up and moving. You got to come out to Colorado. Come see us. We got plenty of space for you. Come out, come hang. We'll fish. You'll relax a little bit. Come visit the fam. Sean G, dude, it crazy. Like I thought it was so hilarious, and I'm just out there with this other guy that he's a 10 generation Lahaina local. That's nuts. That's crazy. I haven't seen that before. It's just so funny. We're all and he was like casting into this flash bomb Akuli school. So kind of funny. Temp out here, I think we're at 77 right now. Yesterday was a little bit cooler, but usually the mornings are kind of in that 70s, mid 70s, closer to 80. So yeah, it's been really nice, really good weather. The ocean's super warm. We saw a lot of whales when we first came out here. The whales are kind of moving on. You can tell they're kind of ready to start heading up to Alaska. So that's tapered off quite a bit, but it's been great. It's been really good. Right on, Andrew. Yeah, come on out. Come see us. That'd be fun. I'll give you guys another shot of the view here. Got a guy getting ready to paddle out over here. I should ask him to take my bait out there. They can get it out way further than I can surf cast. There's a little buoy in the water right there. I'm probably halfway between that buoy and the shore. So you can't really get them out there too far. It looks like it's an easier cast, but it's casting those 3 ounces is a little tough. Right on, Sean. Yeah, we haven't been home in a little while. But I heard we had some windstorms and stuff that kind of shut things down a little bit. And then the warm weather is going to start putting those walleyes on really soon. I bet you guys are catching them now pretty good out at Chatfield and Cherry Creek. But yeah, the walleye bite was struggling before I left. And I was kind of bummed that I'd be leaving around the kind of time it was going to heat up. But it seems like it stayed cold a little bit. And now it's just starting to get ready to pick up. So I'm excited to come home and get after the walleyes. Also, turkey season starts today. So I know a bunch of friends that are out in the turkey woods today getting down on some turkey. Last year I had a private land for turkey hunting for bow, and that fell through this year. So I don't know if I'll get out for turkey or not. Definitely going to do a ton of fishing though. Watch this guy paddle out. It's going to be interesting. Just waiting for all those waves to finish breaking, and then he slid right on there. That was pretty impressive, actually. Give him kudos for that. Not bad at all. Call this spot Canoe Beach. Wonder if you can figure out why they call it Canoe Beach. Hoping to get a bite soon. Usually try to switch out my bait every like 15 minutes. I started another live, and as soon as I did, that bell went off, and I tried to catch it and reel it in, and it got off, whatever it was. But I'm just gonna set the phone down and let you kind of enjoy the sound of the waves. Saw this earlier. Piece of coral that broke off. Part of the reef somewhere. Stuff really is hard as a rock, man. It's not that sharp, but it's hard. This one's probably not that sharp because maybe it's been washed up shore. But cool little piece of coral. Got a turtle. There's a turtle right there. I don't know if he's gonna pop his head up. There was a turtle. We'll keep an eye out for him. Just gonna record the sounds so we can come back and watch this later when we're missing a little Hawaii. Here comes the sun. Do 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 do. There she is. Sun's coming out. I was kind of waiting for the sun to come out before I did any sort of whipping, which is like casting and retrieving. So now the sun's out. I may give that a go. Been going on the live for about 35 minutes. I'll probably pop back on if I end up hooking up. I thought it might happen. I did get that one bite on the other live. You can go check that out. Just could not get it in. So is what it is. But waiting for that next bite. So I'm gonna check my bait, re-dunk it, and then probably cast a whipping pole, see if I can catch something on strip. And we'll come back live once we catch something. So hope you guys have a great Saturday. Mahalo for joining from Hawaii, and aloha, and we will hop back on here hopefully in the next half hour or so with the fish. Shaka bra. See ya.